Where the fuck is McClay?
Yep. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Action.
Awesome. This is the Bogcast. I'm Keith Obit, joined with my best friend, Brian McClay. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, and make sure to hit the red subscribe button. I was looking at the analytics the other day, and 90% of our watchers are unsubscribed. So all you got to do is fucking hit that red button right there real quick. Also, if you enjoy the show, you can find more videos above McClay's head. If you're watching it on YouTube, on...
TV. It doesn't have it on.
Yeah,
TV.
it doesn't have it on your TV if you're watching it on your PC or on your phone.
Yeah.
You can also find some exclusive content on our Patreon. You can sign up there and get exclusive content. The last 15 minutes of every episode's on there, and I'm posting a lot of behind the scenes shit from the early days and stuff like that. So today we have a recording artist from Chicago. He's a content creator from Raw. He has a new single called Hot Box that came out. He dropped that shit on 420.
Yes,
we have Kid Cones in the house. What is up, man?
Cones, what's up, bro?
Hey, dude.
How you doing?
Doing good, man. We really appreciate you coming down and not only fucking coming on, but showing up with a fuckload of goodies. Holy shit.
Yeah, man, I love what I do. I get to show up. You guys hooked me up with the
Ladmo bag.
Yeah, the Ladmo bag. And
that thing's weak compared to what you brought, dude.
Bro, but I love getting gifts too. It's like I'm usually the one giving them. So like when I get something, I really appreciate it.
For sure.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
Well, what's even better is that people might not notice it, but check that shit out. We're gonna show you some of the other goodies later, guys, because I mean he came with a smorgasbord of shit. So yeah. Look at how dope that is. That is super dope. We're gonna figure out a way to get that thing mounted right there. So we'll figure that shit out. And he brought cones. So ladies and gentlemen,
I did.
This is a first. This is a first on the podcast of us not smoking blunts.
So when we started the podcast, I was actually a bong guy.
Yes.
And then
because
he actually didn't smoke weed for the first 5 episodes because he had a day job at Honeywell.
Okay.
And I would make comments about smoking, and he'd be like, "I'm not," in case his job was watching or some
throw
shit.
Off the scent.
Yeah.
I get it.
And then he took like 2 dab rips, and he was game on.
Yeah.
Bucket.
Was it you that started showing up with the blunts?
Yeah, because I've always liked rolling joints, blunts ever since I was first got introduced to cannabis. That
you just like the art of rolling.
Yeah. I've
Cool.
always loved. We talk about this a lot, but it's and I know the listeners hate hearing it. Probably some of them hate hearing it, but we're also former heroin addicts. So there was also something about the process, like for me the ritual, right?
Ritual,
And that's what I love about cannabis too, is it has the ritual. There's a ritual rolling that getting ready to smoke, sitting down with your friends, you're in a circle, you know what I mean, like that whole ritual is so important to the game. And that's what rolling is. It's cannabis's ritual. I love it.
So did you get me on the blunts?
I probably did. Yeah. Well, I know.
So now I'm smoking. I mean, no joke. Probably, I don't know, 10 to 12 a day. It's ridiculous, dude.
Wow.
I need to get off. It's bad.
Yeah, cones would help you a lot.
And it's not, I'm not even trying to sound cool. Like, it's just like
no, that's tobacco.
I think it's because it is. You're right, because
and they're heavier than cigarettes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They're like 5 times more potent.
Talk me out of it, dude.
I mean, well,
no,
it has to be you though. You have to. Want
I know you're right.
do it,
I do
you know?
every day. Me and my girlfriend, like, we have to stop this.
Yeah.
And I go back to I do like bong rips. You know what I mean? I'm kind of more of a bong guy, but
I get it.
I don't know.
Bro, hold on. I'm doing this so wrong because one of the coolest things that we got, ladies and gentlemen. Look at all these fucking goodies. But one of the coolest things that we need here at the Bogcast.
Oh, a tray?
Rolling trays, man.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Rolling trays, ladies and gentlemen.
McClay's fucking stoked. I've never seen him this happy, to be honest.
Really?
With you. Fuck no.
Oh, I'm glad I could do that for you.
This is like I could imagine when you were a little kid on Christmas.
Dude, oh my God, man.
Yeah.
That's very close to what this is like.
It's a stoner Christmas.
Like
the only problem is like on Christmas night you expect that, so you're like up all night, right?
Yeah.
So it's so much better when it's unexpected.
Yeah,
when you don't know
totally.
Santa's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you're a content creator for Raw, man. How'd
Absolutely.
you get into that?
That gig kind of like fell into my lap, bro. I'm trying to find a lighter here.
Oh, here's one, dude.
Yeah. Thank you, man. I was trying to find a clipper.
I want to ask you about the clipper too.
Yeah. Let me see. I might have to use an unnamed lighter just because I may have left my clipper.
Yeah, or you gave all your clipper goodies away to
bro,
us.
I had a bunch of them and they just disappear. So don't look at the lighter I'm using.
I won't.
All the raw
I'll
reps
cut to
out there.
us when we do it.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm embarrassed.
Well, I feel like an idiot. What's the clipper?
So it's a clipper. Actually, I think it's. Man, I'm such a stoner. It's right here.
There we go.
Yeah, so this, I'll actually show you it, man. Well, I'll leave the tag on just in case you guys want it. But clipper lighters are lighters that have the removable poker.
Yeah.
So you probably know that first. Most people know that.
I just learned that.
Yeah, he showed that on here.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they have the poker perfect for cones,
Yeah.
right? Then they are also refillable on the bottom. And then the third thing a lot of people don't know, they're reflintable. And then a bonus is that they use isobutane. So it's a cleaner form of butane.
That's huge.
You know what I'm saying? So
It's not killing the
I
THC.
feel it. I taste it when I use something that's not a clipper and use a clipper.
You're
Like, you
100% right.
Absolutely.
100%.
And more so, I don't even, more often than not, I don't put the bare clipper on my cones. I use a hemp wick.
I saw that.
You know, so
saw
hemp
that.
wicks are, it's a great way to just neutralize the butane of the lighter, right?
Is it killing more THC, say, from a lighter compared to those, or just the flavor and the
taste.
taste?
No, yeah, it's a taste, right?
Yeah.
That initial taste that you get, and
Yeah.
it's just stuck on there, right? But yeah, like I don't know, man. Clipper lime. It's a clipper.
I've had those before, but I just didn't know they were called clippers.
Yeah. A lot of people have. They don't know, but they're getting bigger now. They're collectible, like the designs.
Yeah, that's
The
what's
designs we
dope.
put out now through HBI International. They are only like 3 months. We only push them for like 3 months. In the next quarter of the year, we do a whole different set. We'll never make those ones again.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
Smart.
yeah, super smart. Yeah.
That's one of the things about, and we'll get more into this later, but that your company is so smart and ahead of the curve, and how they do business, and just everything about the company.
Innovative.
Innovative.
Yeah.
It's unreal. But
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, when did you get into? Let's talk about a little bit of the music first.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Because in all honesty, that's why we wanted to get you on the show, bro.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Like
guys.
when and where did you start rapping? Was it Chicago?
So no, actually, I was out here in Phoenix.
Oh,
believe it or
sweet.
not. Yeah. My pops moved us out from Chicago when like I was like 7 or 8. You know what I'm saying? And then I got into music pretty quick. I started singing. I was in choir. I started playing cello. And then I went into middle school, switched to saxophone, alto, and bari sax. And then went to high school, did like concert band with sax, and then did drumline. You know what I'm saying? And then
Always musical.
Yeah, super musical. And then right after I graduated and went to audio engineering school out here called CRAS,
Yeah.
Conservatory of
I know
Recording
that,
Arts and
yeah.
Sciences. So that is where I really honed in my artistry. I was rapping a little bit before that, but then I started hearing better artists there. And then I started learning how to make myself sound good. You know, so if you listen to Hotbox, I recorded all that in my bedroom.
Well, I was going to ask.
And I
because
mixed it
And you
too.
made the beat too?
It's-
No, I didn't.
Sounds-
I didn't make the beat, but yeah.
It sounds amazing, man.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
the
I mixed
production
that
quality
myself.
is great. Is it on? You did it on Pro Tools or?
I did Logic. I'm actually
Logic?
Pro Tools. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm Pro Tools certified, but
Logic is my favorite.
I've been on Logic
fucking-
since junior
yes.
year in high school.
Yes,
man.
I love it.
Yeah.
Anytime I try another
DAW?
DAW,
Yeah.
I just want to go back to Logic.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And I don't know, it's like Apple. Steve Jobs is like baby, like making everything user friendly, but they make like a lot of the scores you'll hear for like Lord of the Rings and everything like that made Logic.
On
You know what I'm
Logic,
saying?
yeah.
Like, yeah. So I
Adele
love
does
Logic.
a lot of her shit. Like a lot of professional ass artists have done their shit on
Yeah,
Logic.
yeah.
You know what's funny? And
Pro Tools fucking. I have to say this just
Yeah,
real
yeah.
quick. I think Pro Tools fucking sucks. I
Bro.
was certified on it at one point.
Yeah.
But I tried that with the iLock bullshit and all. It's a pain in the
worst,
fucking
bro.
ass, dude.
It's the worst.
I fucking hate it.
And they're making it now like you have to buy, like they don't give you support anymore. They just,
That
you know, you have
shit
to
sucks,
buy
too.
their support. Like you want us to help you, you got to pay for it. You know, like
I feel like I don't know. Maybe ever since they got bought out by Avid or whatever, like it just got
yeah.
worse.
I mean, well, they
or-
were always like it was like DigiDesign and Avid. Yeah, like I don't know. Even when I first got into it, I think it was around like Pro Tools 11. It was still like too much for the software. And it was only because it was the industry standard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every major studio was using it.
Yes.
Now it's not the case because a lot of these guys are doing it out of their own houses now because they can get, you know, a good mic and good interface.
You don't need as much.
Yeah,
either.
you don't.
Yeah.
You really don't.
No.
Again, I did Hotbox out of my second bedroom.
Yeah.
You know,
I love that shit.
Yeah,
When
thank
you
you,
hear
man.
like a very good production value,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I did that in my bedroom.
But I can't just give myself the credit. Wishmaster Beats. Wishmaster, he's a multi-platinum, multi-Grammy nominated producer. He did the I'm on a Boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he produced that. You know what I'm saying? So he produced the beat, and then Stevie Stone, he's my OG. I
was gonna ask how you got hooked up with him.
He's on the hook.
Him.
So fun fact about that, I used to be into like strange music and Stevie Stone when I was in high school, bro. In high school, started going to the shows, and then like Stevie would always be with a bunch of fans, but one of his hype men, Frizz, he was on the side, you know, and I was like, yeah, what's up, bro? I do music. He's like, oh, dope. I make beats. Let's connect. Got connected on Facebook. I bought a couple beats, referred some friends over to him. They come into town now and we're cool. Like, hey, yo, come hang out with us. Then all of a sudden I'm kicking it on like the strange music tour buses.
That's
you know what I'm
fucking
saying?
amazing,
It was
dude.
so weird how it happened. And then like my first year at Raw, I start getting all this Raw shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I do marketing for him. I sent out, a little Christmas pack to the homies who are really doing something, right?
Yeah.
And Frizz, he kills it. He's a great producer. Stevie goes over to Frizz's house. He's like, where did you get this Raw stuff from? And he's like, Emery, like, yeah, like he already knows I was around him. He's like, Emery, are you kidding me? So he's like, yo, Stone wants to talk to you. And then all of a sudden, like now we're sponsoring his tour with Mad Child when they were, going around and, I hit the dates in Reno and then I hit Sacramento. The time he was in Sacramento, we were actually at Cannabis Cup, the 420 Cannabis Cup in Sacramento, the last one before COVID. And Josh, the owner, was there. Like all the other reps were there, and we got to see Stevie perform that night in Sacramento. And then he came over to Cannabis Cup the next day with us. It was beautiful, man. So
I look at strange music as one of the main reasons that we see so many good, like young independent recording artists.
Yeah,
right now, they
inspired a lot of independency. You know what I'm saying? And Stevie now, he's just evolved to the next level. I've actually helped him transition. He just finished his contract with Strange Music, and now he started his own record label called Odyssey Records, and I helped launch that with them. And I'm an A&R on the label as well.
That's awesome.
You know what I'm saying? And we also have a clothing brand together called Gummy Bears.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So like,
it worked out.
He and I are like we're pretty we're pretty chill now.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's my OG.
That's
and
cool.
Then he was on this track and it just made sense. Pull up to the block with the chop. I was like, Stevie, come on, bro.
Yeah,
man.
He killed it too.
Absolutely.
What is can you walk us through the songwriting process from like beat to lyrics and stuff?
Absolutely, yeah. So me and Stevie actually has this too. We had this conversation. I start with hook first.
Okay.
Right? I start with my hook, but the beat has to be fire.
So
the beat always has to be fire.
They send you like maybe a bunch of beats and you kind of pick one and then start writing
or I'll
with
go
that in
online and
advance,
things like that.
okay.
Yeah, there's a bunch of producers
Once
who
you
just
find
have
a
their
fire
stuff.
beat, then that's where like you'll start coming up with the hook.
Exactly. I find that and then I go straight to the hook. I figure out where that hook is and what's it gonna sound like because that's the most catchy part in the song.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody and like I don't know why I've just always been really good at hooks. No matter the genre, no matter like I'll do a country hook, a pop hook. I'll do like hip hop. I love it because I sing.
Melody.
I'll do I love classical music, like indie, like kind of darker stuff too. Like and that's from like Tech and them like they have that kind of darker sound. But I love hooks, man. And Hotbox, like Stevie had the first part of the hook and then I reeled it in with the second half of the hook and it just came out so fire, bro, and so epic.
I'm glad you talked about the beat part too because
it's important
to me. Like, and I'm terrible about this, and I know Keith all my friends hate it because I'm so quick to change a song.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm searching for new music,
you can't listen to a full song.
I can't listen to a full song.
He never listens to the whole song
because if the beat
because you're too excited to know what's next.
Oh,
that's why, dude.
He put you on blast, man.
Yeah. But if the beat, but all honesty, if
it is all about the beat,
if the beat doesn't hit to begin with, it's very hard for me to go back to it.
Yeah, the beat helps tell the story.
Well, and the hook,
right?
Well, the hook is the hook is exactly what you said. That's what. Like when
it should catch you anyway.
When there's a good hook,
yeah.
You know what? Nothing's worse when there's a good hook and they only sing the hook like twice.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think
hear
that
you.
shit's genius.
It is
When they do
smart.
that.
It makes you want to replay the song.
I hate when
you
they
know?
fucking just
Yeah.
do
There
the
you go,
hook
bro.
over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, perfect little con. I'm gonna get
Are we
another
just
one.
passing
Going.
this?
Yeah.
Here, just hand this. Do you have an ashtray over there?
I don't.
Here, let's hand him an ashtray. Actually, keep it. Smoke it.
Oh,
We'll smoke
you go.
personal.
There. Okay. There you go. Yeah.
Well, here's this one then, if you want.
No, I got another one right here. Yeah. We're good.
I was gonna say, do you write your lyrics? So when you get the hook, then the verse just kind of comes right. Let's say for hotboxing, you got the hook, and all of a sudden the verse is just coming out.
Yeah.
And are you freestyling it, or
so I write everything. I write everything,
okay, cool.
and it's kind of like a freestyle process when you're writing, right? You have to like just kind of see where your mind goes with it, right? But like my main thing is I'm always trying to create an experience. You listen to Hotbox, you watch the music video for Hotbox, you listen to just the beat by itself. It's an experience, right? Like with Hotbox, I had to like catch you at the very beginning. So what could I do in my head? Okay, none rilla, smooth like a chinchilla. No dope dealer, but I get a pack on the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just come in like in a way that I've never heard before.
Well,
you know,
it's funny you say that because the rhyming of the word chinchilla, like that, I've never heard that before, and it got me, and like that was a hook within the verse to me in a sense. You know what I mean?
You can make that its own hook.
Yeah.
In every section of my lyrics, I like to make it like that, like catchy, as melodic as possible. I don't like to just rap. One thing I loved about Tech and Chris and Stevie is like when you hear them rap, it's like they're singing over it. You know what I'm saying? Like he's on Hotbox. Pull up to the block with the chop. Pitch a couple limbs. I'm gonna walk them down. This is not your ordinary Hotbox. Team sound niggas, we don't fuck around. When I leave the scene, there's a man down. 911 call the paramedics. So like you're just like you can see the notes. You can hear the notes of it. Yeah, it's a melody. But he's rapping.
Yes.
Like, and there's motherfuckers who just come out and they just grab their dick and they just, can I curse? I don't know. If
you can say whatever.
Yeah.
Like they just grab their shit and they just fucking like, it doesn't engage me. It doesn't make me want to listen to it more. So yeah, man.
It's more like shocking than it is like.
No, it's just more like there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it's more like there where I want something to be like, whoa, like this dude really took the time to like.
My favorite artists are the artists that have that melody in their flow.
Absolutely.
Right? I think that it's very important to have some type of like
cadence.
Yeah.
Like I always talk about growing up. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. To me, there will never be a greater MC than Tupac because not just about his lyrics, but how his cadence was. How he
almost sang like his rap.
Behind it. Like he had like just some like.
Well, his cadence also brings out that passion.
Him and Biggie. Like, that's why they were so good, because no one could make their rhymes sound so melodic at that time.
And Tech really does that, too.
Oh, yeah. And he's so fast at it. Like, that's what makes him crazy.
Yeah.
You know, Jay-Z does it really well. That's why he's so big.
There's certain artists, though, that I just sometimes can't get into. I'm not saying that they're great at their craft, but when they don't have that cadence, like, they can be just amazing MCs, but if they don't have that cadence...
Yeah.
Like,
well, sometimes like you might like not like a certain cadence, but someone else does.
100%.
There's a lot of really great rappers that I don't necessarily like, but a lot of people do. But maybe it's just because I don't like that person's cadence.
And I'm probably gonna catch hell from some people, but I love Nipsey Hussle as an artist and what he did, especially the independent music. Man, when he came out with that Crenshaw High School Darryl Strawberry jersey, I was like in, because he had different months, but I didn't like his flow style. That there's like a style to that his cadence isn't as like pronounced. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There's certain hip hop artists that I feel their cadence isn't as pronounced.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't come off to me as much.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So
and that's music. It's subjective, right? Like
100%.
Everybody has their
own
art. Flavor.
Yeah.
But what really catches people when the masses can relate to it, right?
Yes.
And that's why, again, like I take music like a movie approach. So like that beat is the scene. It's like the background, what you're shooting.
So there's acts.
Yeah, there's acts, like the first act, the second act, exactly. And then you're the actor on it, right? You're pretty much the actor. You have to convey the story now with your lyrics. And even when I record it, I don't just do like these one take. I'm not Lil Wayne back in 2008. Like, you know what I'm saying? Crazy. He's dope. No one could ever compete with that, but I'm not that.
So how do you do it? I will do several different takes and then kind of go back and then maybe just take different lines from here and there.
Exactly, bro. Yeah. Like I do it meticulously, right? And I'd make sure all my takes are as good as they could be. right? You want to make sure you're putting out the best stuff, because if it's shit going in, it's gonna be shit going out, no matter what you do to it. But like, I learned this at audio engineering school. It's called vocal comping. You know, I go like none Rilla, and I'll listen to all 8 versions that I did, and then smooth like a chinchilla, whichever one works, and I'll put that one in. And then I'll do it for the whole song.
You could do it word by word.
Motherfuckers can't sit there in front of their computer and do that, though. A lot of people don't have the patience or the ears and the self-awareness to know that that's something that's going to help your performance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and take the time. Some people only want to do 1 take, 2 takes. Like, okay, sure, if you know you killed it, yeah. Because there's some things I already know I killed it. Like, yeah, put that in.
Yep.
But when I'm doing something that's as thought out as Hotbox, I'm going to make sure every line is perfect, timing wise, pitch wise, you know, spacing with the others. And I hear it by itself, and then I hear it in context, and then I hear it in the whole song. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very meticulous.
Well,
about
when
it.
you get the beat, do you get the beat as just like, it's just 1 track, or do you have all the tracks to mix by yourself?
Yeah, great question, bro. When I was younger, I used to be okay with like 2 tracks, like the MP3 or the WAV file.
Yeah.
But any artist who takes themselves seriously, they're gonna mix themselves in with the individual track outs of the beat.
Totally.
Right? Any artist who does, like, it doesn't matter. There's some artists who still get away with it and they can get a decent mix, but there's nothing like being able to move frequencies away from your vocal and making that vocal cut through with all the music around it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and like Hotbox was actually a slightly different beat before I got it. It had a way slower cadence, and I wrote to that cadence, right? But then I started like, fuck, and this is what you get when you can mess with the individual stuff. You can actually change things in it now individually. Like, I could put an extra snare clap somewhere.
Do the guys that make the beat get mad when you do that, or they?
Some, I think, would, but if it's good music, it's good music. And if you're gonna get, you know, a high horse about it, like, you know, you're selling this to someone, they can do whatever they need.
That's
to
what I was gonna say. You own it. So
you know
like,
what I'm
the
saying? Yeah. But some people like, yeah, we're changing my beat, man. Like the guys I work with, typically not. Like Wishmaster, he's a great producer, but and he's loved, like, I've shown him content of this, and he's gone on there, liked it, and I could tell he genuinely likes the track and the response that we're getting from it. But he also knows great music, and if I'm gonna make this song mine, you have to give me the free range to do that, you know. And Hotbox, like, the kick was like half the speed of what it was, and then I was like, you know what, my voice, my pattern, it has way more energy. So then where it would be like, that's what it was before, you know?
More energy.
So I gave it more energy, put more hits in there. And then, like, there's sections in it like, blowing up all the weed, better knock, knock. And then I had the kick go, like, right after, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, like, that shit is deliberate, you know? Yeah. That's like a
like
movie.
He wouldn't know that because he wasn't there while you're writing.
Exactly. He doesn't have the context for my music, but he made that beat, and he gave me the canvas that I needed to make that Hotbox.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah, because you would never came up with that idea if you were inspired by the beat.
Absolutely.
That, yeah,
absolutely. And that's what music should do. It should inspire you every time. And if you're like, you say you can tell within the first few seconds if you're gonna like a song or not. That's how I am when I'm picking beats. Like, I can tell within the first 3 seconds if I'm gonna be captured by this.
Yes.
You know, if I'm not, then I'm just gonna cruise to the next one.
Yeah.
You know,
I love it, man.
Do you have an album coming out, or?
I think I'm just gonna do singles next. Yeah, I'm gonna do singles and get good at doing that and pushing them.
Is there really reasons for albums nowadays?
I don't know.
Unless you're people like Stevie Stone, who, you know, your fan base does buy them.
Yes.
Right. He already has an established fan base. He tours. He knows people buy them, so he can put energy into 16 songs and sell, like, you know, some deluxe ones, a deluxe version. He knows people are gonna buy that.
Yeah.
Me, I'm coming out the gate. Like, that's a lot of energy and time to put into something that most people might not even hear, you know, because if you look at the stats on Spotify, you see the views start going down the deeper you go into the album.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So with that in mind, like, you don't have to do an album. You can do an EP, do 4 or 5 songs, you know, do a collection, do 3 songs, you know? But right now I'm about making, like, experiences. So I know I can really, like, Hotbox. I made Hotbox Weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
And we had, like, crazy content. Like, one buddy, we had a big ass cone on a mattress pump, like an air pump, And like he hit it, and then the next thing you see is him on the ground, passed out. And then like there's a line in the song with Stevie. He's like 911, call the paramedics. You know, he says when I leave the scene, when I leave the scene, there's a man down. 911, call the paramedics. I'm like, that's the scene right there. Put it right there, and that really happened.
Yeah.
During Hot Box Weekend.
You're good at that shit, man. The content that you put out on your IGs, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
That shit's really good.
Ross helped me out a lot with that.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
well, what is the definition of content creator? Like, what exactly is your role for Raw?
It's kind of like, so my on paper role is I'm the Northern California marketing rep, right? It's evolved to now where you guys know Josh, the owner of Raw. Me and, you know, a few other reps, we help contribute to the main page that has 5-6 million followers now, and we figure out what's going to be on that page. So a lot of what I do on there, I'll do content, but I also do like the captions. Like one of the guys calls me Caption King. I just love like, you know, and
that's
even
important on social media.
Yeah, it's important.
Yes.
A lot of people don't think
no one
that.
wants to do it,
and no one thinks people are watching it. But people are, and they'll respond. You'll actually cause behavior based off of captions, right? They'll go to a website or they'll comment below based on your caption.
Oh, you mean driving more traffic?
Like
one way,
who else relates to this? Put a cloud emoji. You know what I'm saying? Like little things like that matter, right?
I noticed that because every once in a while you just see a little thing pop up really quick.
Yeah, you know, and
what do you mean?
Well, like some people do it in a really cool way sometimes, where like I saw this one on a YouTube channel the other night where it was just like a flash, like you have to notice it to see it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just it's not up there for more than like a second, and then you literally have to go back and pause it, and it says in there, if you caught this, go write this, tell me this in the comments.
Little things like that, man.
Dude, I
like,
love shit like
sure,
that.
I never noticed that shit.
Yeah, there's little things like that you can always do to help enhance the engagement.
Yes.
And especially with a big brand like we are now with Raw, that shit matters.
It's some of the best content on my IG. I'll be honest.
I love
man.
that.
He's always fucking over here showing me that shit.
Yeah. We love what we do too, so it translates, you know?
That's it. Right.
Yeah,
totally. It's fun.
But before you got here, I was telling Keith, I was like, I was telling him about the post, the Willy Wonka post.
Yeah. Willy Wonka.
Yeah. That's what Josh is to me. Like that dude is Willy Wonka. He's living the life.
Yeah.
And like we never thought that we would grow up to a day where this shit would be legal. And then get alone to have a life like where you're putting out cool shit within cannabis.
Within the life, the space of it.
Fuck,
it's amazing.
Man.
Yeah, he's created a lifestyle brand by doing that.
And he not only that, he's hiring people and giving them that life.
Yeah.
That is amazing,
dude,
man.
The amount of evolution that I've experienced just in a few years I've been with the company, you know, it's just been astronomical. I've never because I love smoking weed. I've smoked weed since I was like 14 years old.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? And then I get to do this and be a part of a brand that it's like it's hard to find something wrong with Raw. You know, if you have something wrong with Raw, there's probably something personal that you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's okay. Everybody has their shit.
Yeah.
But you can't be mad at a vegan paper company who makes their papers where papers were originally made in Spain, who go to these events. Yeah, historian who every time we do events like these cannabis cups, 100% of our proceeds go 100% to charity, like directly to charity. I've taken the check to the bank myself. Like I've taken it there myself. I'm like, wow, we really do this. And the only place you can buy Raw online directly from us would be at therawfoundation.com. And you can buy like a tray. Josh, the owner, will sign it, or a big old Astro cone. He'll sign that. And then 100% of those proceeds go to charity.
Holy shit.
That's the only way you can get our products.
That's dope.
Why are you mad at us?
Yeah.
Like if you are,
there's
you know
no
what I'm
reason.
saying? There's no reason. Sure, like it might be something personal, whatever. Yeah. But man,
business always gets weird. I get that.
It does.
But
it does. And I try to step back. It's above my pay grade, bro.
Amen.
You know.
Amen. But I'll be honest though, one of the crazy things is the historical fact, because Josh is deep and he collects rolling papers like people collect baseball cards and Pokemon, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy,
You're
bro.
right.
Example,
You're right.
Give an example of a rare rolling.
So
rolling paper.
he knows the history of rolling papers, and he'll get original rolling papers like they don't even make anymore. Like people will find old school rolling papers and fucking all that type of shit. And he's got his collection of all these old rolling
and you
papers.
like display it in like a frame or something, or
Just in the packaging. Because the packaging by itself is, you know.
That's cool.
Fucking crazy shit, dude.
Yeah.
He knows about it. He's really into it.
You know where it comes from, though, right?
No.
So he used to own smoke shops.
Ah.
That's where it came from. He used to own a few smoke shops on the East Coast. That was the first thing he did. He started his first smoke shop. I think he had like maybe 10, 15,000. He sold everything he had, lived out of his car for a bit, lived out the shop for a bit, started his first smoke shop, created a few more. And he had, I think he calls it the white picket fence theory, right? Like someone comes in and they say, do you have these papers? He's like, I'll get them for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'll get them for you. And I just let me know which ones specifically so I know I get the right ones. And then 2 weeks they'll be here. And then he just built his collection based off of that.
That's dope.
And now he had exactly what the community wanted. And then he did that with multiple smoke shops. And then unfortunately, one of his employees sold a bong to
same type of
sold a bong to like a state official, and he sent the SWAT to Josh's store. Josh had AKs in his face. They put AKs up to his dog, and literally, bro, they took all the glass. He's like, they were like, you can do papers now, and
oh well.
Now here we are with raw rolling papers.
Yeah,
you know,
God.
You know what?
And elements
Every
and
time
Juicy
I say
J's and
something
shit,
shitty happens, something greater comes from it.
Exactly,
right?
bro. It's always darkest before
Exactly.
the day.
Dawn.
Yeah, the dawn.
Or
One of
what's
those.
that Batman saying?
Yeah. Where is she?
You were talking about earlier when we were talking about music and growing up and how you're a musician, straight up musician. You also mentioned that you're into different types of music. What did you grow up listening to? What were some of the bands or artists that you listened to growing up?
Yeah, man. My pops always had on like the smooth jazz channel in the car, so I would listen to like the Temptations to. What's that sax? Da 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 da. It's like the Sax Man song, you know.
Yeah.
And just like all these oldies, and I loved it. I love like Luther Vandross, and then I started getting into hip hop a little bit. I think the first hip hop CD I bought was Nelly. And Nelly is like from the Midwest too, where like all Strange in them are from. They just have this type of style, like Twista up in Chicago.
Like St. Louis, right?
Yeah, St. Louis, Missouri. And Stevie's really familiar with St. Louis and everything. But those, like that whole clique, they just have this melodic way. So
super melodic.
Exactly. Nelly practically sang when he rapped.
Yes.
Like,
that was definitely a different style when it came out.
Yeah. And like, I'm not knocking any other artist, do what you do, but there's something to be said for someone who can bring music into their rap deeper. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first CD I got. And then like high school, I think I listened to Bout to Bubble from Tech Nine, and like that was the first song they got. I was like, who the fuck is this? And then like that's the rest of my music history. I was in band and everything like that, and that's how I got a little bit more classical. I understood music theory. Like I can read a piece of paper and read most of the notes. It's been a little bit of time, but I can navigate, especially with like just patterns.
Do you still play any of those old instruments that you played?
I haven't played them in a while. I'll play them like on my keyboard in Logic.
Totally. But all the baddest motherfuckers came from band, dude.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
Pharrell,
absolutely.
Pharrell makes the baddest beats ever. He was he was in drumline and
absolutely.
shit, and you could tell that in his beats. You know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was great. It was a great learning experience for me because it gave me more appreciation for music. So when I went to audio engineering school, I almost had a leg up on everybody because I understood music, and then like I taught a couple of my buddies who were just engineering how to make beats, and now they're making beats to this day, like out of Colorado and shit. I'm like, dude, he's selling shit to strange music artists and shit. I'm like, what? Like, he's like, you taught me how to make beats, man.
Because
like,
people going there weren't musicians?
Yeah, they would just, but they wanted
weird.
to be in music. So audio engineering is a good place to be. If you're like technical, you like technical things, but you don't necessarily know music. But
if I was a musician and my audio engineer,
or even just working in music, you would want
wasn't
to have,
a musician. I'd rather have that guy rather than the non-musician.
Exactly, you add more value when you understand music. So
did you get through school pretty easy?
Yeah, I was a stoner though, so like
My brother,
like little things like that, but it was pretty smooth.
My brother talks
that
about
school's rough.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
my brother talks about CRAS. He said it was, and my brother was way out of his. He'll even tell you he was way out of his
Bro, it's
his
a culture shock.
He said it was wicked hard. He said it was some point. he said there was some point where he had to tell himself like, all right, this is no joke. I need to bear down and do my
it's
shit.
like second cycle or something like that, right?
Yeah,
At second cycle.
yeah.
First cycle is like, okay, we give you the introduction. Then second cycle, you're actually starting to do stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like you're messing with high voltage gear.
Yep.
Where if you're not paying attention, you can blow someone's ears out.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? In some of these studios, there's
Yeah.
amps and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, but man, I loved it though. I
Yeah.
fucking loved it. It was like exactly what I needed in my life.
Yeah.
Because now I can go inside my fucking bedroom and do my own shit
Totally.
That's
and
the
make it
best
sound
part about
good.
it.
Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Did
I
you
was one
ever-
of those bands that like recorded there for someone's project.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love
I've
that.
been in there.
I love that. I love
place
that.
is cool.
Yeah, you guys literally help us out so much because we need something to record. You know, we need something
To
to
learn
practice
on.
on. Yeah, well, like I loved miking drums.
Oh, that's my
you know what I'm
favorite thing,
saying?
too,
Like
yeah.
the two overheads, I was like that guy. You know?
I never went to CRAS, but there was a point in my early 20s when I wanted to turn my house into a recording
Yeah,
studio, and I had
yeah.
Pro Tools and all that
Mhm.
shit. So, but yeah, miking drums is
It's fun.
fun. Miking anything is fun.
It
Just,
really
Just
is, yeah.
recording, just because literally, depending on the mic you use, where you position it.
Yeah,
you're
even
gonna
on
just
a vocal, right?
Yeah, you're getting a
position it
completely
more down, you're
different
gonna get more
sounds.
body tone. You position it more up, you're gonna get more head tone, like lighter. You know what I'm saying? People don't think about that.
No.
And they're not listening for what that track needs. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a whole thing, bro. Yeah, I love that.
That's why
guys-
you need to be a musician. That's why you need.
I
to be
love
a
fucking. You know,
Yeah.
one of my favorite things
Yeah.
doing is recording the drums and then panning them, so as if you're air drumming them. Does that make sense in the car? So like the hi hats over here,
Okay.
the toms are like this, the floor toms over
Oh yeah,
here.
yeah, panning
So-
them like the drum set.
Yeah, so like
Absolutely.
when I'm in my
So
car,
you hear the tom
yes.
roll, yeah,
Yeah.
in your ears,
Yeah.
right? And that's huge.
Totally.
I learned about
Giving it
5.1 surround sound at CRAS, right?
Oh yeah.
And like knowing that you can put something like a vocal come here on the side and it just comes around the side.
Yeah.
Like I was like, what? I didn't even think that was a thing, bro. But it's stuff that as consumers we all experience and we
Yeah.
think it's dope, but we just don't really comprehend what's happening.
Yeah.
You know,
We don't. The consumer doesn't realize the fucking hours of work just
Yeah.
doing that
to
one effect
make that
get
thing
that.
exist.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Do
yeah.
you
it's
remember
really
the
cool.
first time that you ever figured that out?
What?
That they can do that in the studio. The first time I ever figured it out was, I think it was Rage Against the Machine,
Yeah.
an album where you could, if you had a speaker go out, or if you went all the way to the
Korn
left.
had an album like that.
Yeah, Korn did an
Korn
album
on
like that.
Yeah,
song
yeah.
goes,
Yeah,
I think
if you turn
yeah.
if you turn pan all the way to the right, you hear
What's
them
the name of the
talking, but you can't hear them talking if it's pan in the middle because
Yeah.
the guitar drowns that
Yeah.
out. I love secret shit like that.
Pink Floyd.
Yep.
Pink
They
Floyd.
did an album in quadraphonic. That was their first, like that was one of the first projects that we ever heard where it was just not left and right.
Yeah.
You know
Those
what I'm
guys
saying?
Oh,
were-
really?
Because it first
I didn't
started
know
in the
that.
middle
That's
with the
cool.
Beatles and shit like that. You know, everything's just right there.
Beatles were the first multi-track, I think. But
yeah,
that's
they were the
cool.
first ones to really do stereo.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know that. That's cool.
And then
I love that
quadraphonic.
shit, dude.
Yeah, I love it too.
But the Beatles are interesting too when they would record because if you pan it all the way to the right, the drums are gone.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
they would just have
yeah.
all the drums come out of all the left. Like they're the most oddly mixed, best sounding band I've ever heard.
It's because they were learning that shit then.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like we're learning this digital shit now. Like the shit that you can do digitally is fucking unreal.
Just
dude.
on Instagram, like on
Yes.
Instagram by
TikTok.
itself. I'm seeing it's like some of these other reps are like, how the fuck are you doing some of this shit, bro? I'm like, dude, like this feature right here does this. And they're like,
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's just, there's so much to learn and it makes it so much easier to be independent, but it also makes it harder because you got to put in those hours and then you have to get good at it, you know? So hats off if you're doing shit independently
Yeah.
right now,
Yeah.
you know?
Amen. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to do it independently. You have to kind of create your own content now. You know.
Well, but you don't have to. You can do what some of these artists do and then get raked over the coals with 360 deals, you know?
Yeah. That
Like,
shit's scary.
Do what?
I mean, it's
Say
just, you know, it's just there. record labels are just glorified banks.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like when you owe a bank money, now they could just get it from when you tour. They can get it from your merch. They can get it from your album sales. They can get it from everywhere you make money as an artist. You know?
Yeah, but you can monetize yourself now, which is
way
the
easier.
best part, bro.
Way easier.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
You don't. A record label has nothing to do with it anymore. Basically, you know
No,
what I mean?
unless you just see some value in it. They don't
Yeah, but
want to
then you
take
get
everything.
fucked on the streaming
Yeah.
platforms.
I don't know about that.
It's
I feel like bands
Yeah.
only, musicians only make their money off of touring and merchandise. And correct me if I'm wrong.
merchandise.
they make a majority of it. You're right.
You know?
Touring and merchandise.
Well, I listen to a
or,
lot of
or sync deals. If you get into like a movie,
yeah,
you
get a
know,
song
little
in
things
there
like
or
that.
something
But you had
yeah.
to have written it. It's like a publishing deal, so the writers of it get that credit.
Yeah.
You know, but Universal, like they'll, you know, they might pay $200,000 for this feature in a movie. Like, yeah, I'll take that. You know.
Well, what you can do with YouTube and Instagram these days, and how you can monetize yourself on that shit, there's no reason not to do it that way. Like how you're doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no reason to not just use those while you can, because they're basically free.
Yeah.
It's free. It's free social. Like social media is free advertising.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
100%.
And then you could pay to even just make your shit bigger on it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, that's what I'm doing with Hotbox. Like, I got ads running for it. So, like, people, I'm loving seeing people like in Texas love Hotbox. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
I saw
like,
your Hotbox cribs that you did.
oh yeah,
was
Hotbox cribs. Yeah, that was
That
part
was
of
funny.
Hotbox
Is that
weekend.
in,
Man.
Texas?
That was in San Jose.
Oh, San Jose.
San Jose. So it was still in
Why did I say
NorCal.
Texas? I don't
We're
know
out
when you
there,
said that.
yeah. And then, yeah, Hotbox weekend was dope. Hotbox weekend was like it was a great first one. This is something I want to keep doing. So, and I'm considering doing like a Hotbox 2.
do it yearly.
You know what I'm saying?
Find
On
a cool
420.
day. Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Just Hotbox 2, Hotbox 3.
Yeah.
And if it ever gets old, I'll switch it up. But,
Yeah.
you know, I think just with my mentality and making it like a movie, like I'll have maybe a sample of Hotbox 1 in it somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like I could do
fuck
all sorts of shit. Like, and then have another Hotbox weekend because of it. You know? And
Yeah, I like
maybe
the,
bring guys out. You know, that'd be dope.
Oh, that would be amazing,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Fuck yeah,
Fuck yeah,
dude.
bro.
I'm
Holy
considering, I think Phoenix might be the next place to do it just because Raw headquarters is here. And this time next year, hopefully we're less COVID-y. So
I would love to see Phoenix blow up somehow musically. I don't
Yeah.
care.
You know what? He's just old and he's not tapped into it. Like there's some popping shit. He just doesn't know
there's
about
good
it.
people
We're
out
just
here.
old.
They don't work together though.
They don't work together.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You don't
Yeah.
hear about it.
Yeah.
There. Here's the other thing though. Not only do I want that, I want the city life to be. It was
Like,
getting cool for.
You know, ever go out?
I don't
so
ever
what do you
go
know about the
Oh
city
my
life? You
God.
don't even know. What are you talking about?
What I'm
you want city
talking-
life? Even if the city life was popping, you would never go out.
What a fucking.
He just
dick.
wants
being serious,
Yeah,
right?
he's going in on you. But I mean, I also get that too. Like I just want the place, the area I live to be popping, more so
City
popping,
life.
right?
Yes.
Like I just want the place
Phoenix.
If I go to a
Phoenix-
restaurant,
I was
I
living
would
in
love
the
to see it
Phoenix when it was
active.
hot as
That's
fuck.
what
I
I'm
didn't see-
saying. For the longest time, it was bullshit, and then recently, there was cool shit happening in downtown Phoenix. It was changing. The whole scene of Phoenix was changing.
Yeah.
COVID hit, game over.
Oh my
Right?
gosh, yeah.
That's
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Everything
Everywhere.
decimated, bro.
Just
It
decimated.
was ghost town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you know what? That was shitty, but I think something greater is going to happen from that for everybody. Like, I mean, for us personally, like you get to kind of reevaluate yourself, reevaluate your life.
Here's the other thing.
Kind of rethink things a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Realize fucking the world's a
Yeah.
little fragile. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I think
exactly,
it's fucking,
right.
like, I think we all kind of needed it a little bit, as shitty as
Together,
it was.
we needed it
sucks, yeah.
together.
Totally.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
I don't know. I just always try to think of any time something shitty's happening, like a couple years from now, I'm gonna look back at this. I'm like, wow, if that didn't happen, this wouldn't have happened.
Well,
Yeah.
in all honesty,
Yeah.
we should be getting some really fucking fire music coming out here soon, man, because everybody was stuck doing nothing but being able to write music.
I feel you.
So
yeah,
I'm
that's
hope there's gotta
quarantine
be,
birth hot box, you know? Like,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should be getting like the music that should be coming out soon should be really fucking good. So
Did you say J. Cole's coming out with a new one, right?
yeah, I think so. Isn't J. Cole coming out with a new? Didn't they announce
I
that?
hope so.
Yeah, I think they
hope so.
announced that. I think I might have
Okay.
heard that. So
Yeah. He's one of those people too. He just understands music. Like he knows how to write a beat, and he makes a lot of his beats too.
yeah, that
You know,
dude's
respect to
really
anybody who can
musical,
rap
yeah.
and make their own stuff. That's like, That's like,
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's Picasso, like that's great. It's execution too. Like you have to not only want to do it, but you have to finish it and then put it out.
I respect anybody that's
Because
creating anything.
It takes a
bro.
lot of patience.
It
And
does.
also, when you're making your own beat or own music, you get caught up in it and you never like, it's hard to stop it. You know what I mean? And finally put out because you just constantly want to tweak it and fuck with it. You know,
I'm guilty,
sometimes
bro.
it's
guilty.
good to have that like third party to come in, have those eyes, be like, dude, this is fucking good how it is.
Or a
right here,
deadline. That was
so for J. Cole to
important,
have that,
Yeah.
to be able to do that, I don't know. You're right. That's fucking badass.
Yeah.
I fucking forgot that he makes his own beats.
Yeah.
I've seen all those videos when he's doing that shit. So sick.
I loved when he was even doing the shit where he would he had a alter ego, or he did it under a different name. What was that? And he would change his voice up a little bit.
Yeah.
Do cool fucking production value shit on it.
That's what it's about. It's like make
creating.
it like a movie,
Yeah.
bro. Make people like sit there
Oh,
and
his
just
music
want to
videos
close their
are
eyes and
badass.
just listen. Like, yeah, man.
Yeah, your own video production, the production quality on your videos is awesome, dude.
crazy.
Where'd you shoot that?
Shout out my boy Lyric Cal, bro. That was in San Jose for Hotbox
Nice,
Weekend. We
dude.
shot the video during that, you know.
Nice.
And shout out Smokies and Hayward. We drove up to Hayward to use that smoke shop. So half of that is in the smoke shop, and then half of them is like in the shooting house that we did, and it just looked massive. And he killed that. He killed it. He Lyric Cal TMG. He that boy was crazy. He shot it and then edited it. He did my first video, #1, as well. So that's like me, like with boxing. It's also with Stevie and shit. It's like this little boxing #1 challenge type thing. But yeah, man, like that matters to me. Everything. Like I had a buddy the other day. He's like, "Yeah, your video's dope. It was a little long. You trying to make a movie?" I was like, "Yeah, something like that." You know, like a little bit. Like there's the news announcer at the beginning, right? Recording artist Kid Cones. That's me. You know, I did that shit. You know,
that shit was cool.
You know, and it's just like those little things get you into the scene. My buddy's like, this is kind of like Project X. I was like, yeah, that's what I was going for, you know, and that video just really cemented it. It really did. It's great. Make sure you turn it to 4K though, because YouTube will try to jip us on.
Yeah.
Like,
I hate that shit.
Yeah, I'm like, why does this shit look all blurry, man?
Yeah.
Like we made sure. Like I've sat here for 16 hours uploading it to make sure it didn't do this.
Yeah.
I think they just do that by default, right?
Yeah, just
That
if you
sucks.
don't have good Wi-Fi and shit, so you have to go in their
Is
settings.
it the Wi-Fi?
Yeah, or data, whatever.
Yeah,
You know,
you're right.
if you don't have Wi-Fi, if you don't have good data, they're gonna lower it just so you can watch it. You know.
Yeah, because we had a few episodes in 4K. Well, we shoot in 1080, but still, it just it'll show up on YouTube at like 360. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
That's great as
exactly.
fuck.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
You got to go in that settings, man.
I keep on looking over here and seeing this fucking thing. And
We just want to hit it.
The big count. Yeah.
Pass it.
Yeah. There, you can fill those things up. So when you get an air pump, like we use at Hotbox Weekend, you get a mattress pump, put a joint on it, and then fill that thing up with smoke, and then just pass it around.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No way.
Next time I'm here, we'll do that.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Next time I'm here, we'll do
Yeah,
that.
dude.
Next time I drop a single, we'll come through.
Hell yeah.
And
Hell yeah.
we're gonna bake this bitch
Anytime
out.
you want, dude. Anytime you're in town, like,
Thank you, brother.
you know, you want to bullshit or whatever, just fucking. It doesn't have to be like a particular dropping a single or
I
whatever.
appreciate you
so-
guys. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Fuck, man. That was actually very interesting. First time in a long time that I've smoked a joint, and it was nice.
Yeah, this hopefully it'll be the day I go from blunts to.
I think it might be
You
a
got
start.
a lot of them there.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So,
Look at this. This is the
try it
crazy
out.
shit. Yeah. I got to show people.
But there's a technique to it too, right? So with your cones,
Yeah, let's talk about
let's talk
rolling
about
etiquette.
cone etiquette. Yeah.
I have to admit, McClay does roll amazing blunts and joints.
Yeah.
Like he's really good at it.
Absolutely. And
he's been doing it for a long time.
there's great.
When
there's
I was
great
in
rollers
high
out there
school,
for sure. Yeah.
he would pick me up for our telemarketing job in his Stratus, and I would get in, and
The
he would
Dodge
drive, and he would
Stratus.
be driving with his knees and rolling a joint. And
What?
And like at the age of like 16. I was
you're
like,
talented,
wow,
bro.
he's been doing it for years.
Bro,
Talented.
delivery driver, pizza delivery drivers, bro.
Driving with your legs and
The
rolling.
greatest job I ever had was a pizza delivery driver.
Really?
Bro.
Even over this?
Yeah, dude. In high school, bro, I got paid to drive around and smoke weed, dude.
Yeah.
And It was so much fun, dude.
Yeah.
And I listened to music the
On your
whole
iPod?
time.
Oh man.
The whole time I remember we would have the 12 disc or 6 disc CD changers,
That
and
was
you
the
would
shit
just
back then.
and you would burn the disc.
I had a 12 disc.
Yeah.
I would burn a disc. I'd go on fucking Napster, find a cool song.
Napster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
find some cool songs, burn a disc, and then just love on. And that was in a time where you could just love on an album for a while. That doesn't happen anymore.
Because there's no more
Yeah.
albums, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
Times are
anymore.
changing.
So,
bro.
all right, weed
Yeah.
etiquette.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, weed
Or,
etiquette.
I mean, not rolling etiquette, sorry.
Yeah, rolling etiquette. There's all different ones. You know, me, I'm a coner. Like, even I'll roll my cones and then just stuff them. Just
Yeah.
because, like, I like them. I'll get bigger ones too. So it's like, I have really long fingers, and my rolls are just never what I want them to be. And I take pictures with these too. So I know if I cone it, it's gonna look beautiful.
Yep.
And it's gonna smoke great. You know what I'm saying? But I know how to roll, obviously. But it's not the same for me. So cones, you know.
For sure, yeah.
But the best thing to do when you're rolling it, man. So make sure that the bottom, no matter how big it is, the bottom is packed tighter, right? And then looser, progressively looser as you get up because of airflow. Right?
Yep.
You don't
That's
want it
it,
too
really.
tight.
Yeah. And what I like to do is I like to massage them, and anything that falls out wasn't meant to be in there. That's what I like to say. You know, it's like anything you massage it, because you can feel if a joint is pregnant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can feel it if it's tight in there. Massage it, and then pack it down, give it a couple little swings, and then seal it off. I like to pop the top. You guys know how to pop the top? Oh man, I wish we had a big one. It'd be a lot easier to show the camera. But next time I'll show you guys how to pop the top. But it's pretty much just like creating a rim around it and then burning that rim off and then just pulling it off so you get greens on the first hit.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's super.
So
I
fun.
paper.
did see something. You guys have a product, I believe, that is a cutter. So
Yeah, the new cone cutter.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just got mine. I use it all the time now because
Yeah.
you just take a couple hits just to change your mind frame real quick. You don't need to burn everything down all the time.
That's me at home,
You know?
dude.
And then
Half a blunt
yeah.
all the time.
Keep
So
saying the B word, but no,
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
no, but no, seriously though, that's what they come from, cigar cutters.
Yeah,
they come
yeah.
from cigar cutters. But
Yeah.
now the cone cutter's here and it's perfect.
Yeah,
It's
it's nice.
perfect.
It's
Yeah.
nice.
I don't know what it is. What is
it cuts it. So if you put,
Have you seen a cigar cutter?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just
Oh,
like
just
that.
like that. Okay.
Yeah.
and it cuts it so green hits every time.
Yeah.
It isn't stale.
Yeah, the resiny taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope.
You
For
do it. You probably want to do it like right after you quit smoking it, right? Though, when you want to do that.
Maybe I do it when I pick it back up.
Yeah.
I just because some of the stuff I get, it just burns for fucking ever.
But in
you
all
know?
honesty, dude, these size cones are fucking perfect, dude.
That
Yeah,
those
that's pretty
were birthed
legit.
in quarantine too. Like we've had like single wides, but those are like the single wides that are
Yeah.
literally just like one hitters. We
Yeah.
have one that's like literally this much paper and the tip is like this long, so it's like a one hitter dog walker is what we
Yeah.
call them. You go walk the dog real quick, all you need.
That's a great.
Yeah.
That is great, dude.
Yeah.
These right here are perfect, man.
I actually did. There's a video like a Super Bowl. I call it the Raw Super Bowl commercial. You can go find it on Raw Life NorCal, or Kid Counts, but it's like a video of me showing a bulk box of those. They're like, there's like 700, 900, like 1,200 in a box, and I just show these things and make them fall from the sky to the song that bam 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 bam, like that
Yeah.
song. So yeah, I love it. And if we had a Super Bowl commercial, that would be it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I
Hell
love
yeah.
shit like that.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for coming on, brother. We really appreciate it.
Of
and,
course.
And we do want to say that tomorrow you're out here on this side of town because tomorrow's Mother's Day. So
Yeah.
happy to all the mothers out there.
Yeah,
So,
happy Mother's Day to
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
beautiful women
yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
And some of the dads who are mothers too, like
True
it's
that.
it's rough out
Yeah.
there for fellas too sometimes.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for having me on here on the podcast,
Oh
bro.
yeah, dude.
This is
Fuck
super
yeah, I
dope.
really appreciate you coming on, man. Do you have any live shows or anything coming up, or
That's my goal, man.
Yeah.
That's my goal. And that's what, Stevie keeps telling me, is like, bro, you got to get out there and just show this, and
I'd love to see if I can.
Absolutely.
One day, man.
There's
And let me
definitely
know
gonna
if
be
it's ever
some.
out here because I'll definitely be there.
once I'm doing, you'll know once I'm fully in go mode, once I'm doing like an hour-long show.
Yeah.
You like once you see like, okay, Kid Cones is doing like hour-long shows now, it's fucking over.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's all I need.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take that shit like it's going to be Lion King on Broadway.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's going to be fucking nuts. And we're going to progressively get there. But once we get there, I'm talking like maybe 3-5 years. I'm not going to play the short game. I'm going to play this shit right.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
You got a plan.
I
yeah.
can't wait for this shit, bro. I can't wait for it. It's going to be amazing. So, you know, we'll get there.
Do you have any social media or anything that you want to
Shout out, yeah. You can follow me on at Kid Conez, KIDDCONEZ. My Raw page is Raw Life NorCal, Raw Life 247, the owner Rock and Roll. Shout out Stevie Stone at Stevie Stone, Wishmaster Beats, Lyrical TMG for Hotbox, and yeah, shout out the Bogcast. You know,
brother.
Keith and
Hell
Brad.
yeah.
You know, you guys are killing it.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Excuse me. So yeah, now we'll do the special Patreon part of the episode. We have some special rapid fire questions that we ask, and
Interesting.
Do you know what Patreon is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have we have Patreon members and stuff. So we'll
So
get
if
to
you
that.
want to see this, go subscribe to the Bogcast Patreon.
Hell yeah, sweet. Yeah, I'll put a link up like right here or something, and then I'll put up links for all your stuff too. So
Cool.
for sure.
Perfect.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. That was fun as fuck.
Yeah,
and thanks for all
yeah.
the goodies, dude. Holy
Of
shit.
course, enjoy.
I feel like
especially those cones, man.
Latino
Yeah,
bags, dude.
yeah.
Shit.
Oh yeah, no, I can't wait for that for sure.
That is a wrap on episode, I think, 130 of the Bogcast.
Yeah.
Boom.
Bang.